Hi, it's Ann Nelson. Welcome back to the Retirement Lifestyle Summit. In this segment, I have Lane Mendelsohn, and he's the Vice President of Market Technologies. And I'd like to very big welcome to Lane. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Ann. Thank you.
Now, Market Technologies. Can you please tell us what um, what your company is all about, and a bit about you and the founders of your company?
Sure. Yeah, I'd be glad to. And thanks for inviting me to be part of this. This is actually my first Google Hangout. So, never done this before. And really excited to share our story with your audience and hopefully help them to gain better insights into how they can be more successful in life, not just financially, but in all aspects of life. Our company was founded by my father in 1979. And at the time, my father was a very successful executive running some major hospitals in the United States. And although he was very good at that, his true passion was not running hospitals. His true passion was the financial markets, and his passion had been the financial markets ever since he was a little kid. His family wasn't really into sports. My dad wasn't concerned with what's happening with the various football teams or soccer teams. He was interested in what's happening with the stock price of different companies that he became aware of. So his interest started at a very early age, and he was very excited about technology because he had gone to Carnegie Mellon University, which is a very prestigious university in the U.S. And he got excited about technology. He was excited about the financial markets. And what he really wanted to do was find a career path that would kind of meld the two together. And that's why he started our company, because he was trading in the financial markets. And as you can imagine, in the 1970s, most people didn't have computers, and they certainly didn't have software to help them trade the financial markets. So he kind of looked around and said, well, if it doesn't exist, let's build it. So he started developing trading software and has really been a pioneer in the trading software space because he was one of the very first to develop software for the personal computer, which made it accessible to individual traders like himself and others. And he has just always been somebody who was a visionary and wanted to be on the cutting edge. And so VantagePoint, which is the software that we make available to individual traders and investors today, actually was introduced in 1991, and we've been continuing to refine and perfect it for several decades. And it has really stood the test of time, both in terms of accuracy, but also consistency. And I got involved at a very early age because, like my father, I don't watch sports. I don't know about the teams, but I've always loved business. I love the financial markets. I love technology. And so my dad gave me a really cushy job as a 6-year-old in his company. I got to clean the toilets and take the trash out too. And at the time, I thought it was pretty neat. I got to go into the office and talk to people, the employees, and hear conversations with customers. But what I didn't realize at the time was my father was, I don't want to say brainwashing me, but he was really just through osmosis sharing his passion with me, and his passion has become my passion. And I'm proud to say that we have a very successful, now second generation company that will be celebrating our 40th year anniversary next year. And I have 2 daughters. They're 7 and 4, Rachel and Abigail. And they frequently come into the office, and I give them little jobs, and they listen to calls. And they have a stock portfolio, each of them, which is up very nicely, I might add. And I'm hoping that in time, our company will be a 3rd generation family owned and operated company.
Wow. Wow. What an achievement, and what a better way to find something that you're passionate about and be able to work in that area. It's a win-win situation for your whole family.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation for my family, but also for our customers because, we're not a big behemoth of an organization that is only concerned about what's the price of the stock or what do the shareholders think. Because we're family owned and operated, we treat our customers like family. And, we have over 25,000 customers worldwide. We have customers in 140 countries around the world. And we run our company based on two things. Number one, is it good for the company and the people within the company, our employees and our team members? And number two, is it good for our customers? And if the answer is yes and yes, then that's a decision that we make. If the answer is not yes and yes, then we take a step back and say, well, how do we make this a win-win for our company and our employees who are so dedicated to our customers? And how do we make sure it's a win-win for our customers as well?
Yeah, I see. I might jump to down the track a bit and then come back about and ask more about how your market forecasting and all that works. But just to set the scene, this is the Retirement Lifestyle Summit. So it's all about looking forward and making, helping your retirement savings grow. And investing is the way to go. And your company has created this marvelous tool that can be utilized to help individuals grow their retirement savings.
Yeah, that's correct. I think the first step is, even before you start thinking about growing your retirement savings, you have to make sure your retirement savings are protected. I can't begin to tell you how many people have contacted us over the decades and said, look, I worked hard, I saved, I was very prudent with my money and my spending, and I didn't protect what I had. The golden goose didn't live on. And so people a lot of times are so focused on growing their account, they don't think about protecting it. And so I think that's phase one. You have to make sure that everything that you're doing, you're, number one, protecting your nest egg, and then simultaneously, and in addition to, you're making it grow. What's the point of growing it to then, watch it get cut in half or, something along those lines? I've seen it happen. Probably a lot of your listeners have seen that happen as well. And man, it's so fun when you're watching the numbers tick up, and it is devastating and demoralizing when you see it going down. You almost want to just turn away and ignore it. And so, we've helped a lot of people to do both: protect their nest egg and their retirement, which they've worked hard for, but then also to make it grow. And the two really go hand in hand. And I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure you've got a lot of people at different stages of life, but, all thinking about at one point retiring, or maybe they're already retired. But I'll tell you, I mentioned my daughters, 4 and 7 years old. They both have stock accounts, and they both have stock in them. And we talk about it. And even though they're nowhere near thinking about retirement, heck, they haven't even started working yet, I'm already starting to talk with them about saving money, investing it, looking for opportunities that can grow for the long term, but also looking at short-term opportunities. You'd be surprised. The 7-year-old gets it, and they're not thinking about all these other things. But I explain to my daughters, and we look at the stock price and we look at the charts. And my goal is that this concept of thinking about their retirement, not when they get close to retirement age, but pre-planning for that, will be something that will be front of their mind. I've got 2 girls. I'd love it if they could pay for their own weddings out of the money that they've been able to accumulate and grow through their investing and trading.
Wow. Well, what a great legacy that you're creating there. And I suppose that's what has happened over time, is that the closer we get to that point, a lot of people have only been waking up when they get close to retirement. So what a great legacy that you're creating there by giving your daughters the tools to make these decisions at a very young age and provide for their retirement.
Yeah, it's more of a mindset even before the tools. The tools come in later. First is the mindset. So many people contact us, customers, grown men, grown women. They're in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, and they're saying, I'm working, I don't want to work forever. I need to figure out what my game plan is. And, at that point in life, you should already have a game plan. But if you don't, it's not too late. But what you have to realize at that point in time is not on your side. You don't have 10, 15, 20 years to figure it out, to make mistakes, to, do this instead of that. So that's where it's really important where, if you're at that stage of life, yeah, now you have to quickly change your mindset and say, okay, what do I need to do to protect what I have? Because I can't afford to lose it because I don't have time to make it back. And what can I do to ensure that it will grow? And that's where the tools come in. And that's where our technology comes in, because it will help them to pinpoint opportunities that work with their risk tolerance and make those sound investments, both short-term investments and long-term investments. It can be a strategy where you're doing some trading, but also some longer-term investments, and put yourself in a position where you know that, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I will be able to retire. I have protected my assets, and they're going to grow. And that's a very satisfying feeling that we've been able to help a lot of people to have, even though when we first talk to them, they're not feeling very confident about their situation. But, when you get the right tools, when you have a game plan, it gives you a lot of confidence. And with that confidence, you become more competent, and then the results follow.
I agree, and it's I'm unfortunately one of those ones that didn't start looking at it until later on in life as well. So now we probably should look at the tools that you have, but to give us an idea of what market forecasting is all about, and how what VantagePoint is and how does it work.
Yeah, so let me just talk about it in concept first. I can show it to you if you like. First, let me say that under the hood, it is very complex. Okay, we're using artificial intelligence, we're using deep machine learning, but to utilize the software, to make money with it, you don't have to have a PhD in mathematics, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. We have those types of people on our research and development team. And I will tell you that we have spent a lot of time and money, Anne, making sure that the tool can be utilized by the average investor, so that if you've been a professional in some other industry, you don't have to now try to become a professional investor. You just need to get the tools that will allow you to have the same results, if not better, than professionals. And we've seen that where a lot of our customers have actually taken money away from someone who was managing it for them, an expert, and they have taken control of their own financial resources and have done much better because of the tools that they have once they sign up as a customer of ours. What the software is doing, and it's very interesting because you're in Australia, I'm in Tampa, Florida, and here we are having a face-to-face conversation. This just proves the point that we are in a global economy, that the world is global. Okay? The problem is a lot of investors, a lot of traders, they look at their investments or their trading as, I'm trading a stock. Let me focus on this stock. I'm trading a commodity. Let me focus on this commodity. And so what they're doing is they're looking at things with blinders on. They're trading Apple. Okay, let me research Apple. Let me look at charts of Apple. Let me read the news about Apple, as if Apple isn't being driven and impacted by other factors, because we all know that it is. And so what we've done is we've taken a concept called intermarket analysis, which means analyzing relationships between markets. And we say, look, if you're trading Apple, you've got to be aware of the other factors that drive and impact Apple. If you want to know where Apple's going to go in the future, then you have to look at the factors that will push or pull the price of Apple in the days, weeks, and months to come. And so our software is using artificial intelligence to figure out what other markets, what other stocks impact the price of Apple and how they'll impact the price of Apple. And then we're using patented technology that we've created to forecast using indicators that we've developed to forecast with an 86% accuracy where the price of Apple is going to go. And so all of this analysis, all of the mathematics, all of the pattern recognition that the artificial intelligence is doing is happening behind the scenes for you so that you don't have to do any of that. what the software then gives you are highly accurate forecasts that are clear as day in terms of what's expected to happen with a very high degree of accuracy. And literally, my daughter, Rachel, 7 years old, she can look at a chart in VantagePoint. She can tell you where that stock price is going to go with an 86% accuracy. And then the next step is she says, Daddy, let's buy it. So it's we really, I don't want to say we've dumbed it down, but we've made it where we've taken something very complex and we've made it so that if you're working full time and you don't have a lot of time, within 10 minutes each evening, you can look at the software from VantagePoint, you can get the forecast, you can make intelligent decisions. If you're already retired and you want to protect what you have and you want to enjoy life, you're in that phase of life where now it's your retirement years, great. You don't have to be chained to the computer. You can make money while you're golfing. You can make money while you're traveling. You can make money while you're spending time with family. You know, a lot of people think we provide them a tool to make money, and we do. But really what we're doing is we're providing them a tool that gives them freedom. And I think that's really what I think most people are after. And you can't buy freedom, but you can find ways to achieve that status through tools like what we have that allow you to make money consistently, where you can go and travel, spend time with family, and not constantly feel like you've got to watch the markets or check on things. You spend 10 minutes in the evening. That's all that it requires.
Wow. 10 minutes in the evening. That sounds amazing. And so you're saying that I don't have to spend hours looking at charts doing technical analysis, or I don't have to go up and look up company records to do fundamental analysis to see how the books of that company are looking.
No, you don't have to. In fact, a lot of people come to us and they say, look, you know, I don't know what's going on. I'm not making the types of returns I want to make, but here I am. I'm spending hours a day. I'm studying, I'm researching, I'm subscribing to newsletters and webinars. I mean, literally, you can eat up your whole day and not have anything to show for it. What I'll do is I can share my screen. If you'd like to see it, I can show you. When I say it takes 10 minutes, I can show it to you. I can do it in less than 10 minutes. Would you like to see that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Let me share my screen with you here. Just tell me when you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So do you see the chart in front of you, Ann?
Yes.
Okay. So this is very simple. What I'm looking at right now, this is a chart of Amazon, and this is going back till about the middle of October. And it's just a very simplistic approach that you're looking at on the chart. When you have these two lines cross, and you can see right here you had a cross, the blue line crossed above the black line, and it's shaded green. So whenever you see the blue line cross above the black line and you see green shading, the software is telling you that the stock is going to go up. On the flip side, if the blue line was to cross below the black line and you'd see red shading, tells you that the stock price is expected to go down. I'll show you an example of something that was predicted to go down in just a moment, but you're looking for the green shading to indicate an uptrend. You're looking for red shading to indicate a downtrend. We've got a few other indicators down below. You can see that when these indicators are above this line, the zero line, it's expecting the trend to go up. And you can see we've got an indicator here. When it's green, it's expected to go up. Red, it's expected to go down. But it's very simple to interpret these indicators. But what's happening under the hood is very complex, and I'll show you. So this is Amazon. And I mentioned before that when we're forecasting for a particular stock like Amazon, what's actually happening under the hood is we're analyzing not just Amazon data, but data from so many other markets and stocks. I'll scroll down and show you. There's about 30 of them. So here are technology stocks. Here's T-Mobile, IBM, Facebook, Crown Castle. Here's Google. There's the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. These are all other stocks that the artificial intelligence knows will have an impact on the price of Amazon. It's looking at the S&P. It's looking at NASDAQ, the Dow, crude oil, natural gas, the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the euro, different ETFs. All of this data, all of this analysis is being done for you. All you have to do is look at it and say, okay, Is it shaded green or is it shaded red? And that's what indicates to you what the trend is expected to do. Now, Amazon was up another, I think, $30 today. But just through yesterday, and if you look at the last 58 days since our software said that Amazon was going to go up, it's gone up $276 per share. It's gone up 26%. I think anybody who's retired, wanting to retire, they'd be happy if they could make 26% in 2 months, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right? Here's and you can make money whether the market goes up or down. I'm going to switch over to another one. Here's Facebook. Do you see this one now?
Yes.
All right, so check this out. I told you that when it's shaded green, it's expected to go up. When it's shaded red, it's expected to go down. It's very clear. You can see because each one of these bars is a day. So you can see that when the software was indicating the green shading, you can see the market, the stock was going up. When the software had the red shading, you can see what the prices did. They went down. This is why I say my 7-year-old daughter can do this. But you have to realize there's so much math, so much analysis with artificial intelligence happening behind the scenes, but you don't have to get involved with that. You update the software, it analyzes the data, it generates a chart like this, bam, you've got all the information you need. We actually have been forecasting for the cryptocurrencies. Here's a chart of Bitcoin. You can see we've been forecasting Bitcoin to go up. This was through, this chart starts again mid-October. Here's the December. But then look, you can see we're forecasting it to go up. It's green shading. Look what happened. The shading turns red, tells you Bitcoin's going to go down. Whether it's a stock, a commodity, a cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter. We even have people who like to do short-term trading. So these are where you could get in, you buy it, you hold it, you sell when the software tells you it's going to start going the opposite way. Here's another one. Here's NVIDIA, very popular stock. We've been forecasting this to go up since it was under $100 a share. It's like $240 a share now, close to. If you want to do short-term trading, the software would tell you each day what the high and low is expected to be. So like in this chart, this red line at the top is telling you what the high of the day is expected to be. The black line is telling you what the low of the day is expected to be. So it tells you each day what the high and low is expected to be. People can use that to day trade, or they can use this to help them monitor their positions. But that's it. You look to see, is it green, is it red? That tells you what the trend direction is expected to be. And we like to keep it simple, complex strategies, things that are complicated, that does not mean that it's better. It just means that it's more complex. We prefer to keep things simple. Does that give you a good overview of what the software actually looks like?
Yes, it does, and it appeared to be quite easy to use as well. So, how are traders using it in the markets to make money?
Well, like I said before, the first thing they're doing is they're using it to protect their money. So, if, for example, you're in a position, you're making money, and our software says, okay, the positions of the market, the stock's going to reverse, well, then that's telling you this is a good time to take your profits. So many people can make money when the markets go up, but they don't know when to take their money away and sell the position and take their profits. They realize, last week or last month, I should have taken my profits. Well, if you know ahead of time, you can protect your profit. So knowing when anyone can buy, right? A monkey can buy a stock. When do you sell? How do you know when the trend is over? When do you take your profits? Those are the questions that you have to have the answers to, and you have to be right. You don't have to be right 100% of the time, but if you can be right 86% of the time, you can protect your capital, and you can then take that increased amount of capital and make it grow. So each day, the customers are looking to see, is the trend expected to keep going up? If it is, we'll hold our position. If the trend is expected to reverse and start going the opposite way, this is a good time to take your profits and look for other opportunities that you can buy into. Or we even have customers who short the market. They make money when the market's going down. Or they use the inverse ETFs. And we've had a lot of customers who, gosh, you look at the 2008, 2009 timeframe, people's retirement accounts were decimated. Well, a lot of people say, well, it was a bad time for the market. Well, it wasn't bad for everybody. A lot of people saw it as a tremendous opportunity to take profits and then make money when the markets were going down. And you look at the 2008, 2009 timeframe, there were a lot of people that said, God, man, this was a great buying opportunity. Everything was so cheap. Everything was on sale. And so they were able to then go buy great companies and great stocks at lower prices and really build up their retirement accounts. Look what those stocks have done now. That's a tremendous opportunity. Here in the United States, we had the Great Depression in the 1929, 1930 timeframe. A lot of people, it really destroyed their lives. But other people came out of that time frame as multi-millionaires. It's all about timing and identifying opportunities at those critical times. And so what that means is that whether the markets are going up, whether the markets are going down, there's no such thing as a bad market. There are up markets, there are down markets, and you can make money whether the markets go up or down, but you have to, number one, be able to time those trend changes, and number two, identify which direction is that trend going to move in so you can position yourself to profit from that. And that's the basis for what our tools are designed to do and have done very successfully. And we saved our customers in that 2008, 2009 timeframe. They thanked us because of the software. Weeks before the big market downturn, our software was already showing signs that this thing was starting to fall apart. We couldn't tell to what degree this thing would fall apart, but our software was saying this might be a good time to start looking to take profits. And that allowed our customers to position themselves properly.
Wow, that sounds amazing to have that advantage to to know when to get out. I know that's probably all of our biggest downfalls. So, do you have any stories to share about how people have used the software to build their retirement savings? And the other thing I suppose I'd like to know to share is what percentage of people do you have? What type of clients do you have? Do you have mainly people that are day traders, or do you have a broad spectrum of people using your software?
Well, we have a broad spectrum, but I would say the majority of the people who are buying our software and using our software, they don't want to day trade. They don't want to sit there in front of the screen. I mean, our software can help someone day trade. We have a lot of customers who've been very successful with it. But a lot of our customers, they're either working full-time and they're trying to really build up that nest egg so they can retire, or they're already retired and they want to enjoy being retired. They're not looking for a new full-time job where they're sitting in front of the screen. So, it's something where, like I said before, people want to have freedom of time. They want to be able to know that their retirement account is protected and growing. But look, I love spending time with my family. I've never heard of anyone, in their later years say, gosh, I just feel like I've spent too much time with my kids or my grandkids. No one says that. They say, I wish I had more time. I wish I could have been there more. That's what people say. And so if you can put yourself in a position where you don't have to work a job, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, 80-hour work weeks. And instead of working the job, you can make money passively or with limited involvement through trading and investing. That does free you up. And I've traveled all over the world with my family. My daughters have been to Europe numerous times. My youngest, Abby, she's only 4. She's been to Europe 4 times already. I'm able to give them the lifestyle that I want them to have. I want to expose them to opportunities. I want them to be well-rounded. And I can do that because of my own successful investments, both in the markets as well as in real estate, as well as running a successful technology company. And the time that I spend with them, the opportunities that I can give to them are invaluable. And I want to do more of that. And the other thing that is really important is, yes, we've had so many customers who've been able to retire and retire earlier than they were anticipating. We've been able to speed that process up. If someone says, look, I'm buying your software, I want to retire in the next 10 years, What's wrong if they say, gosh, it's only been 3 years and I'm ready to retire. I have the confidence in my abilities now with your software to provide for my family. And now I can make as much money, maybe even more money from investing than I was making from my job. And I've got the time, the freedom of time. I've had customers, I'm going to show you something. I've had customers who have also not only been able to do great things for themselves and their families, but also I've had customers who have started charitable organizations, given to charity. We actually just recently, as a company last year, we partnered with Shriners Children's Hospital, and we have been able to give them thousands and thousands of dollars. We just sponsored a snack at a football game that they had for a fundraiser. We provided snacks for all of the patients, all the kids. We threw a huge party. We've been able to do some really great charitable things for the Shriners Children's Hospital because of the success of our company, and the success of our company is because of the success of our customers with our product. Since 2007, we have been able to donate over $600,000. As of right now, we're at $616,000 US that we've been able to give to charity because of our company's success. And this is just our company's donations, but our customers have also. I had a guy that just recently told me that he and his wife have been more involved in their church because they have the time and they have the money, and they've been able to do more giving, charitable giving, which it feels fantastic. It feels amazing. The more successful you can be with your trading and your investing, the more you can give. The more you give, the more successful you are as a person, right? It's a beautiful thing. So I love the fact that we've helped people retire. I love the fact that we've helped people spend more time with their family, helped people give more to charity. But you look at that as a total package, and we're truly changing lives, and that feels amazing.
Well, I can certainly hear the passion in your voice, and it's absolutely amazing that your product is able to do this for your clients. Can I just ask a question about the markets? Can this software be used in any market around the world? And then, and I'd also like to know how you help clients if they're new to using technology.
Yeah, that's a great question. We have a lot of customers who are older because they're either retired or they're getting close to retirement age, and they want us to help them to secure that vision that they have for them and for their family. We have an entire customer service team. It's amazing. When you become a customer of ours, we walk you through everything step by step. We hold your hand, and a lot of customers, they don't need that, but they like that. They like the fact that they've got us as a coach, as a partner, someone who's there to make sure that they're making the right moves, they're moving in the right direction, their questions are answered. And you might look at it from a business perspective and say, gosh, you got a lot of overhead. You have a lot of customer service resources for your customers. Is that really needed? And the truth is it's not needed, because as you saw, the software is very simple. But a lot of our customers will start off with one of our packages. Our most popular package is 6 sectors in stocks. As they gain experience and they build their retirement account, and they're building their confidence, and they're feeling fantastic about the results, they come back to us and say, look, I want to expand. And then they get more sectors, or they get into currencies, or they get into commodities. We have a lot of people in Australia who are trading US stocks, or they're trading futures markets, or different Forex or currency pairs. Like we said, it's a global economy, right? So you can be in Australia, you can trade the US stocks, you can trade different commodities. As long as you're seeing your equity curve increase, as long as you're seeing your account grow, people don't care what they're trading. So we have a lot of customers who expand and diversify. But the reason why they're able to expand and diversify is twofold. Number one, the software works. It really gives them the information they need to make the right decisions at the right times. Number two, we support them every step of the way. We know that the only reason why somebody would come back and spend more money with us is if they're successful and they're happy. So we do everything to make sure they're successful and they're happy. Last year, I believe we're still getting the numbers for 2017. I believe just about 50% of our revenue came from existing customers coming back to buy more software from us. And they're smart people, Ann. Believe me, they're smart. If they weren't making a lot of money, they wouldn't be coming back to spend more with us. And that is just a real testament to the service they get from us and the product that they get from us. And that's just a really great statistic that shows that we care about our customers. We love our customers, and we love hearing their success stories. And so, yeah, we'll be with you every step of the way, and customers do appreciate that. But yeah, you can make money in currencies and commodities and stocks, ETFs, the exchange traded funds. Look, it doesn't matter. If you buy something at a lower price and you sell it at a higher price, you make money, right? The concept is very simple. So it doesn't really matter what it is. And we have people, we have farmers who say, look, I don't really know much about technology stocks, but I've been trading grains or meats. And they buy our software initially to help them be more successful trading grains and meats. Before you know it, they're trading technology stocks because the software gives them that information. On the flip side, I remember there was a customer who lives in the penthouse in a New York skyrise building, right? Start off trading stocks with our software. Before you know it, he's trading agricultural commodities. I remember he said to me, he goes, Lane, I don't know what a soybean is, but I'm making money trading soybeans. So, you know, it's like I said before, if you know ahead of time what something is going to do, then you can position yourself to profit from that opportunity. And that's what it's all about.
Right. Well, thank you. It just sounds absolutely marvelous tool to have in the cupboard, so to speak. So what have you got any exciting plans for the future with VantagePoint? What's coming up?
Well, you know, the future for us, people always ask, what's your 5-year vision? What's your 10-year vision? On a personal level, my vision is that the company continues to thrive and remains family owned and operated. So the fact that my girls come to the office, the fact that we're buying stocks together, I'm teaching them, I hope, I'm not going to force them into it, but I hope that they love the company, love our customers, love the technology like I do, and that they'll continue to ensure that our company stays on the cutting edge when I'm an old man, right? The other thing is our research and development is ongoing. It's not something where we develop the software and it's like, okay, you know, thanks guys, it's developed. Now it's just a matter of marketing and sales. We have an ongoing research and development effort because the markets are constantly changing. The world is constantly changing. So the technology has to constantly be evolving so that our customers continue to have that edge in the markets. So 5 years, 10 years, 100 years from now, we're going to still be researching, developing, refining, perfecting. That's going to be ongoing. We just released a new version of the software. It's version 10. And that's what I was just showing you. It's gorgeous. And I don't know if people typically refer to software as gorgeous, but to me, it's gorgeous because not only is it accurate, but you saw the green and the red, it pops. It's crystal clear. It'd be, I would say, nearly impossible for somebody to miss out on a tremendous opportunity because we have a scanning feature that we've just actually, we've made it even stronger where it really will just scan thousands of stocks to find which ones meet your criteria based on your risk tolerance. It will find those opportunities, and then with the green and red shading, it will show you which direction it's expected to go in. And so we want to continue to refine the technology to make it even more accurate, but at the same time, we want to continue to find ways to make it easier for our customers to utilize it, benefit from it, and where if they can afford 10 minutes a day, which is not a lot of time, that will give them all the information they need to really protect their wealth and make it grow. And that's it. We're not looking to go public. We're not looking to raise money. We'd like to stay family owned and operated. We'd like to continue to develop that technology and strengthen that relationship with our customers. And I guess it was 4 years ago, we started doing in-person events, seminars, 3-day events here in Tampa, Florida. We actually had someone from Australia at our last event. He said, hey, I'm going to come across the pond and join you guys. And he had a great time. At the end of the first day, I said to him, hey, was it worth the trip? Because I know it's a big trip for him. He said, Lane, after the first day, I can tell you, it was worth it all. The software is just, everything is clearer. The seminar has already paid for itself after the first day. I've made some great connections. And so we're going to continue to do more with the in-person events for our customers because we saw how much they got out of it.
Wow. Well, that sounds absolutely marvelous. And thank you very much for sharing your passion and your product with us in this session. And how easy is it for potential new clients to come on board and find out more about your services?
It's very easy. If they go to VantagePointSoftware.com, they can go fill out a short form and we'll contact them. Or they can call us directly at 1-813-973-0496 and just say, hey, I'd like to get a personalized live demonstration, and we'll actually connect them to the software, show them how it works, show them how to make money with it. It won't take very long. It's very simple, but we'll talk about what their goals are. Why are they wanting to trade or invest? What's their time horizon for wanting to retire? Make sure that it's a good match. And if it is, we'll welcome them on board as a customer.
Well, thanks very much for sharing today. And we'll have your information up on the website for people to be able to find you as well. But it's absolutely amazing to find out that we can influence our children if we get to them at an early age.
Yep, absolutely, and that's what each person has to think about. They have to think about what's their why. Why are they trading? Why are they investing? Why do they want to retire? And for me, these two girls right here, this is Rachel, this is Abby. That's my why, and I want to do everything I can to build up my net worth, to build up their net worth, to make sure that they are provided for until they are old women, and that they can do the same for their family and really leave a legacy.
Yep. Well, thanks very much. And once again, a legacy is a tremendous thing that we could all do. And I can see how your company is making a big difference to your world.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anne. I really enjoyed it.